Attorneys will file many motions for many years after a death sentence and basically go back through a trial and scrutinize every little thing that was said to make sure nothing was wrongly damaging. But sometimes an inmate wants to die. So do they get their way? The answer is maybe. Just in today, this is Alex Madrid's new death row mugshot, now becoming one of the 112 people on Arizona's death row, 109 men and 3 women. Madrid was sentenced to death for raping and killing 14-year-old Claudia Lucero in 2013 and disposing of her body in a dumpster. So will begin a likely decades-long appeal process for Alex Madrid, like most inmates on death row. But just because he was most recently sentenced to death doesn't mean everyone else will be executed before him. Former capital case prosecutor Susie Charbel, who began on Madrid's case before leaving the county attorney's office, says the average inmate will live on death row here for 20 years and often longer. Not only do defense attorneys basically reinvestigate a case in appeal, which can vary in length for every convict and case, but she says something else a little more offbeat comes into play too. Is the inmate healthy enough to die?
If that person has special needs, there's a lot of mental health issues. A lot of times it's also physical issues. A person has to be, believe it or not, healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally in order to be put to death.
The former media representative for the Department of Corrections also says even if an inmate wants to die, that doesn't mean attorneys stop fighting for them to live.
There are attorneys who represent death row inmates who believe firmly that the death penalty is unconscionable, and they understand the process and how to throw up roadblocks and how to put off that ultimate sentence.
Charbel also says it doesn't matter if somebody killed 1 victim or 4, that won't speed up or slow down an appeals process either. It simply is about if everything was done correctly in trial. She also says sometimes an inmate will die on death row before ever even making it to the execution chamber. For some time, Arizona had the oldest death row inmate in the nation, a man who lived until 94 years old and died from natural causes back in 2010. Reporting in the newsroom, Brianna Whitney for Arizona's Family.